All right, I will take Navi as well in game one, and with that, we get our grand finals underway. I'm going to throw it off to our casters, LD and Winter.
Well, that's certainly not Jack and Fog. Made a quick switch here, Winter. We're ready to go. It seemed like there was a slight edge given towards Navi by the panel, but you did not seem to agree, my friend.
They don't have any good last picks when we were talking about their draft. They finished their draft with a Weaver, which is kind of okay. Not very good versus the Mana Lake Chrono. Those spells are very good against Weaver.
So, looking at the secret draft, they drafted a ton of D-Push, the Elder Titan, the Keeper of the Light, even the Razor you were mentioning with the Plasma Field. It's a lot of wave clear, Bat Rider. Only hero that doesn't have wave clear is Void, basically.
I was speaking in Mandarin to Roland. How do you understand what I was saying?
I have my ways. He was translating a bit. You were too busy talking to even hear what he's saying. But they obviously have a lot of wave clear. They have decent late game as well. Not really the best Roshan lineup for Secret, but they're dire side. And normally we've seen Navi just snowball the lane. So do you think there's any way Navi can get control this game early, or?
One way, like Chen rotations. Maybe they have to do dual hero rotations, BS Chen and the Creep. It's very difficult for the Chen alone, because Elder Titan can, basically what he has to do is always scout out the smoke movements of the Chen if he's moving alone. If there's two heroes, the VINCERE and the Chen and the Creep, then they have a chance to kill the Elder Titan.
And we have seen, obviously Puppy has played a lot of Chen and Enchantress in his own day, so he knows pretty much all the tricks of the trade.
Isn't he playing Kotal? Or he's playing...
This game he's playing Elder Titan, but so he can he can probably more easily anticipate art style's movements than someone who's not a
So basically Navi finished their draft with a Weaver, so their safe lane doesn't need too much attention, so it might signal for the fact that Navi wants to move with VINCERE and Chen a lot in the early game. So for Secret, if they anticipate that, Elder Titan would want to scout that out, break their smokes, and stop the ganks from happening towards the Razor.
Speaking of which, I believe we do already see a dire ward here up on the cliff, which did scout out that Chen's early positioning as well as the Beastmaster and Timbersaw. So for the moment, they had an idea where Artstyle was maybe going to start his game. We'll now see Suneko moving down the river. There's a quick static link from Envy to get things underway. Yeah, Raw trying to contest the turn as well, but it's a bit too much damage. And stick around to a double bounty room to get the game underway for Secret. General unable to grab one top. And it will also be a one-position Void. Thoughts on the one-position Void? We see it run occasionally, but it's definitely the less common way to play the hero.
I mean, they wanted to accommodate Bat Rider into the draft, so they had Void on safe lane. They wanted an off lane that has D-push because they needed wave clear against the Chen. So that's why they had the Void onto safe lane. And overall, as soon as they see Beastmaster's item this game, he didn't start with Anantara. Yes, Tango Assault and Stout Shield, so they're gonna anticipate Beastmaster trying to lane and a possible rotation from the Chen or the VINCERE early to the lane.
Yeah, but the question for me is, where is that Chen gonna go? Because he's scouted if he heads towards top. Already currently Secret see his position. Just dewarded now, but they know where he started. This tournament, Artstyle's almost always pressured the off lane when we see him on the Chen or the Enchantress. Arteezy's not an easy kill. Keeper of the Light's likely to sit far back. So do you go for the Razor mid? It seems like it may be tough for Artstyle to find that early pressure.
In most cases, I would say you pressure the enemy safe lane. You want to help your own off laner get to a good start, especially if you're like Beastmaster, get to that level 6 ASAP with good amount of farm on the hero, so you can actually allow the off laner to influence the game.
Can see Secret farming quite well here early on, and they are putting a lot of pressure, even on the Navi safe lane, running that Elder Titan Bat Rider dueling. A bit unconventional, but it is working out.
This is basically the same reason with the Chen helping his offlaner, the Beastmaster, sometime soon. Basically, you want to just get your offlaner a good start so he controls the game. It's a very simple plan that they're executing right now.
Artstyle, true to form, is going to make his way up into the enemy safe lane, but Pilot sitting very far back. And isn't going to get caught out here early. Arteezy still farming well. All three cores up to great start. And Keeper of the Light getting a lot of creep.
I would favor maybe Secret a little bit, because when the two side lanes are occupied, Razor versus Timber would favor the lane matchup for Mr. Jackie Mao here to get more farm than the Timber.
Yeah, you can see Envy with the early boots grab, just going for the 0-1-1 so far. We'll see him leveling up the links, still looking to crush his lane as much as possible.
He should be able to pull ahead with this second point in static lane. So I would expect the Razor to get ahead in terms of CS compared to the Timbersaw. And look at Beastmaster, 6-1. Chen so far he's left the lane. He went to look for creeps. So see if he gets any good creeps here.
Is there any kill potential on the mid lane? Because this top lane just doesn't seem like it's going to happen for now. As Seneko getting caught out bottom, does lob in the stun, but Puppey continues pursuit. He won't have the mana for another Spirit for some time, so we'll back away. Meanwhile, also the Beastmaster top getting low. Navi under heavy duress in the lanes, chewing through regen, yet to see that successful Chen movement. I mean, it has been the hallmark of Navi's. Most of their victories at this event have just come up excellent support dominance in the laning stage, but so far Secret support's getting the upper hand.
Yeah,
Keeper of the Light keep you up in farm, Elder Titan doing more in terms of lane pressure than the Chen. It's looking good so far.
Like you mentioned, it's very difficult for the Chen to get any kills now. I think they might need to wait for level 6 on Timber or level 6 on the Beastmaster.
They have the 4 top farmers in this game, Winter. That's pretty unprecedented, I have to say, especially against Navi.
I mean, like we mentioned, Navi, the way you pressure the enemy lanes is you have to have kill potential. Right now they do not have kill potential with the Chen humans, unless they bring the Venge together with the Chen, then they can kill the lanes. But as long as they can scout it out for Secret, then they are not too worried about that. Because when you move 2 heroes to kill other lanes, it's very obvious.
Oh, here comes the rotation by Puppey. Oh, Capitan moving in at the same moment that Artstyle joins the fray. Suddenly General, well, he would back, most players would, but he moves forward. That does allow him to dodge the stomp. Looks like he might make it out safely, blocks himself with his own board for just a moment. Now they're turning on to Artstyle. Secret will repel this Navi offensive in the top lane.
Yeah.
If General did the normal thing and backed away, he may have given up a first blood there.
That was close, but like I said, the Elder Titan has to just mimic the Chen's movement, just make sure that he's there every time Chen tries to gank a lane, and he should be able to neutralize the gank and just make sure that the Chen doesn't get his team a hit start.
So when is it going to change for Navi, and then how is it going to change? Because right now this looks like a pretty big train wreck of a laning stage.
Level 6 Beastmaster or level 6 Timber. I mean, I think Beastmaster's level 6 is by far the most important level 6 on their 3 costs.
Should the Chen just stop trying to gank? Should he just focus on farming at this point?
I think he needs to keep helping even if they're not getting kills, because by pressuring it's going to allow his opponent to have a better time. And the Chen's levels and farm this game I think is less significant compared to the speed of the Beastmaster getting his level 6 or even the Timber getting the level 6. So I think he might probably just want to help his cause a bit more here.
One man who's doing pretty well for Navi is the Era on the Weaver. Not slowing down Bulba, but is getting his own farm at least here. Pretty self-sufficient.
To be fair, it was a 2v2 lane earlier, so being equal with the Bear Rider or a bit ahead, it's fine for the Weaver at this stage of the game.
Oh, in fact, let's bring Bulba very low here, but reluctant to go in with Puppey in reserve. That Weaver's a bit frail at this stage. Bulba will just salve up back away, but would have to commit the Firefly, so won't be able to go to the jungle. Yeah, it's going to be slowed down a bit now.
Secret right now is very happy with the situation because they're up against a Chen and Chen doesn't provide his team control.
Oh, maybe this is the opening they needed. They do catch out Pilot Eye, bring him down somehow, some way. He's still finding that first
He was
blood.
actually really patient and he was actually waiting behind the Beastmaster for quite some time, and we saw Pilot there trying to run up and maybe try to harass the Beastmaster and getting caught by the ensnare, the stun from the Centaur creep.
And you can see General getting a lot more confident now, but reinforcements are arriving. Twilight Dye will be here to slow down the push. Artstyle wrapping around if he can find another kill. This could transition into a lot of tower pressure, and he's got the right creeps for it too. There's the Troll Trap to start. The stop could likely follow. He gets off the Monolith, but the Hadouken, the test of fate. Artstyle make it 2-0.
That was
sick micro.
That was perfect positioning for him as well, like anticipating that the Kotal would just TP to return to the lane, and he was just waiting for him to come into the woods, either pull or place wards. Very good anticipation there by Navi's Artstar.
But the big thing for Secret is, although they give up the kills Winter, they're not giving up too much tower HP as of yet. That's where the Elder Titan comes into play, the Keeper of the Light. So they still maintain their objectives for now.
Yeah, but it's going to speed up the Beastmaster. I mean, in fact, he's already level 6 right now, so we might see further action on the Beastmaster's lane right now since they have the Raw plus the creeps from the Chen. They might be able to pressure right now.
Let's see if they go for it. Artstyle still hanging out near this top lane while Arteezy farms. Has gone pretty early Ring of Hell. Are we expecting that Vanguard Radiance build? Is this going to be a Battle Fury? We've even seen Lincoln's
I like
here
the
rush on void.
Yeah, I like the Lincolns. It's primarily done by Shadow from Wings. It's the only void that does
Little skirmish in the jungle, and art style again. Amanda come on top. Looks like Seneko stole the last hit.
This was what I was expecting earlier when I mentioned that the two supports need to move together this game, especially because they picked Weaver that doesn't need too much babysitting in the lane, so it's going to allow this to happen. But right now, Secret is just going to have a hard time going into the jungle with the Venge joining up with the Chen here.
Now the wave is getting cut. The spam continues, but the puppy stomp to slow it down. General moving into position, they get the wave of terror. General just barely clipped on the boundary of this one, but a good stun from Seneko to limit the damage Arteezy can put out. Now the roar. On to puppies. Will they follow this up? Navi. They have second thoughts. They will disengage with the hand of God, and more importantly, Eternal Envy is rotating in. Has the ultimate now deployed, wants to try and take some creeps away from Arsenal here. Maybe able to get this one Centaur with an extra plasma field, or maybe just one more right click, but he does force them back. Still, this frees up the mid lane, and boy, Dendy definitely needs it. Down 18 CS, down about 20 denies. Normally Dendy known for being the Lord of Denies, but in this matchup, not much you can do there.
Yeah, it's a very, very difficult matchup for the Timber here. And like I said, when Beastmaster hits level 6, Navi immediately moved their supports to the top lane, and Secret once again rotating their heroes there. They used their Chrono, but not successful in getting any kills, so I would say Navi is still happy with that. Chrono down, no one lost their lives, and it's going to be a Vanguard on the Void here. So
how do you go from here? Is this the Radiance build up? Do we see a Crimson Guard?
I guess Radiance. I don't think you do Crimson. Crimson is not a very good item on Void, in my opinion. You want to go for damage item after the Vanguard. So I kind of expect most likely Radiance here. I mean, I think I've seen Vanguard into Diffusal and Manta without the Radiance.
Doesn't seem that there's not like a Medusa this game or something where you really need the purge, so
the Radiance is pretty good versus all the creeps.
And all the physical damage they have, the Venge Aura, the Beastmaster, attack speed Aura, so anything you can do to limit how often those right clicks are connecting will go a long way.
Yeah, but then again, if you're talking about solo kill potential, if you're going for a Chrono to kill one hero, Diffusal plus Manta build is definitely the build that helps you with that more. The Manta is more like the team fight build.
So Navi still keeping the pressure up top. The tower is low, but not dead just yet. And still Puppy sticks around, wants to hold on to this thing as long as humanly possible. The creep army is in position though, and the 10 creeps caught out a bit here. But still, even with an Illuminate, it's not nearly enough damage to bring them down at this stage. For now, Envy holding serve in the mid lane. Seneko making aggressive play towards bottom. Still Secret. You can just see how crucial this tier 1 top is for them. They are constantly parking 2 supports there. They will not give it up without a fight, but the cost is that Boba gets left alone on the bottom lane, and unfortunately the Swarm not going to connect, so he's able to walk away.
He missed the Swarm there, so there's going to be no chance for them diving for that kill.
Would have been a big one too. If Secret rotates to help him, then this top tower likely falls. If they don't, then they get the kill, pressure bottom.
Yeah, just look at what they're doing now. They're parking the Chen at top, making sure that there's going to be constant pressure on the Void's lane, and the bench is just running around, trying to set up a kill mid lane, or even on the Weaver's lane, like we saw.
Well, Artstyle did back off after all that. Dendy moving forward here in the mid lane. Still getting off farm, but he's holding his own okay now that he's got the Chakram.
I think they might be able to set up a kill on the Razor if they actually TP Beastmaster mid and maybe run the bench mid as well if they want to kill the Razor. Like, I don't see the bench rotation alone to kill him. They need the Beastmaster for sure for the Razor kill.
Yeah, Ra doing some tower pressure of his own, trying to avoid that puppy stomp. Still gets left up. We'll take some tower pot shots here, which do not wake you up. He will eventually Sakuchi away.
Yeah, I guess they'll focus on getting this tier 1 first before they try.
Top lane, looks like they made their go. The roar, the stomp, stop number 2. Arteezy, enough damage to bring him down.
I guess that's why you get the Vanguard build this game.
He's unkillable, it seems like. At least unless they, maybe with the Timber Saw there, but not going to be an easy takedown. And in fact, he doesn't even really need to go Fountain, still very healthy.
Yeah, and Keeper there to give him mana if needed, so has HP regen, has Keeper, he's gonna be able to sit in his lane for a long time.
Now Secret maybe hit their timing window where they're gonna get the blink on the background. You see them finding an opening here, Winter.
Maybe on the Timber. I guess they can try to go for the Timber with the Razor, Bat plus Razor. Or even rotate the top
Dire's
as well.
bottom tower
He definitely
is
has
under
a lot
attack.
of opportunities to kill in this situation right now.
Do you feel like Na'Vi are getting enough
Radiant's
done right
middle
now?
tower is under attack.
They still have not taken a tower.
In terms of tower, it could be better. I think now, if they want to get a tower, they have to pressure the other lane, so Didyara on the safe lane here can actually get the tower at bottom. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult for them to actually get a tower here, because Secret has a lot of D-push.
It's going to be another go on Arteezy. He really doesn't want to have to use that time walk, but test of faith. Now that the damage comes out, he will. The stop ambush connects on two heroes. Arteezy, though, is very slow because of the void. He does time to get the ultimate off, combining with Puppey, but Artstyle tanking his own right. He's going to turn this one. The creeps are swarming onto Puppey. They bring him down, and suddenly the whole Na'Vi host descends upon Secret. Arteezy down to the south, though, is healthy, survives through it all, and now Envy moves in angry, out for vengeance. The void time walks away. Arteezy escapes. Envy survives, and Na'Vi give chase. Dendi, can he bring down Arteezy? This will be a huge kill, but he time walks back. Doesn't heal himself in doing so, but he survives, and meanwhile Arteezy continuing to run while Envy cleaning up. He's gotten a triple kill, looking for more. Can he make it an ultra? Then he will chain away. Still the pursuit. Envy's fast. Just needs one, maybe two more auto attacks to finish this one off, but it won't happen. Didyara wants to disengage, so excellent hold in the end there by Secret.
Dude,
Radiant
that was
structures
4v5.
are fortified.
They did that 4v5, oh my god. That Vanguard purchase from Void actually was just game winning, man. Changed so much of the game. It allowed him to tank the gang, stay in the lane against the Harris from Chen and Beastmaster.
And Na'Vi keep on trying to go on him. They've been very almost stubborn
I
about
mean,
it.
if they don't kill him first before the fight starts, they go on his teammates, he's just going to drop the chrono on the rest of the heroes coming in.
Radiant's
So they kind of
middle
have to
tower
focus
is
him
under
to
attack.
try and bring him down before he drops chrono.
Bashes are stacking up here for Arteezy, but the swap from Seneko will save the day. The problem is, they can't really go on this base of point. He's just hitting Seneko now instead. He's almost brought two heroes down, essentially by himself, and there with one more auto attack, Arteezy will get the job done. They just don't seem to have the damage, and it leads to Envy, who is probably the bigger damage to the stage. They'll bring him down,
Radiant's
then
middle
Arteezy
tower is
starts
under
to whack away at
attack.
Artstyle, brings him down to half HP. Bulba is here, meanwhile has the lasso, gonna drag Dendi back, go look to focus the Timbers off, with the Arrow Splitter coming to his ball. He gets pushed back into a fight. Beautiful flame break by Bulba. Secret just keep unconnected, and now the bash from the arrow as well. One more could put him into
Radiant's
harm's
bottom
way.
tower
Although
is
Puppey
under
is a bit
attack.
low on the mana, doesn't have the Echo Stop combo. So Secret again taking the favorable trade. 2 for 3 there.
What a flame break, Gorman. What a flame break. And this time dilation is also going to ruin the Timber and the Weaver. These two heroes are extremely weak versus time dilation.
Dire's middle
They need
tower
to somehow
is
get,
under attack.
I guess, load us
Radiant's
up for
bottom
Timber
tower
or even
is
a
under
use of
attack.
Timber, and Weaver at some stage has to get a match out to deal with that.
Radiant's
They just
bottom
seem to lack
tower
the
has
burst
fallen.
damage. They're gonna get a Necro 3 eventually. That could help first the Void.
Yeah, I guess the burst will come from Timber plus the book at the later stage of the game. But right now,
But can they win the arms race is the question. Right now, the Razor's on top in net worth.
Dire's middle
Yeah,
tower
Void is
under
staying up
attack.
there.
Secret has been
Radiant's bottom
using the
tower
map much
is under
better.
attack.
Look at their course. Everyone is much more farm, and I mean the only thing is like the Void went for Vanguard, so he's not as farm as he would want to. But apart from that, everyone else is getting very good net worth.
And in good news for him, it's most of these Na'Vi heroes aren't exceptional farmers. Timbersaw can flash farm pretty well, but Weaver doesn't farm that quickly. Beastmaster could if he's just sitting in the lane, but isn't there and is spending a lot of time moving around. So, and once Arteezy gets the Radiance, if that's the build, he will be able to accelerate his farm.
Radiant's middle tower
But
is
then
under
again,
attack.
you know, it's Navi's game plan to be, you know, playing around as 2 to 3 heroes. Like the Beastmaster will be most likely around the trend all the time. So it's kind of hard for him to just go on his own to just keep farming because he needs to play around his team to make this draft work.
Radiant structures
that
are fortified.
So that's going to be the use on the Timber
Radiant's
to
middle
deal
tower
with
is under attack.
the time dilation.
Elder Titan has to be a real
Dire's top
thorn in the
tower
side
is
of
under
Na'Vi
attack.
right now as Arteezy will muscle down this tier 1 mid.
Radiant's
Meanwhile,
middle
the
tower
Elder Titan
has
preventing
fallen.
the tier 2 top push. So Na'Vi took a tier 1 for free top, but in trying to go for tier 2, they gave away a tier 1 for free as well. The smoke, now they may get caught on the way out. The Spirit moving towards them. They get up the static links, and Nico is done for. That's our stuff. Just in a moment time, the stop comes through. Didn't get it off. It looks like, oh, Nico will escape. So he makes it out. Good play by Artstyle, but then the Chen instead. The sacrifice of the creep army may drop as well. This would be a big loss since our stop and angry rebuff, but Secret just keep on marching forward. These Chen creeps getting massacred on the way out. The zoo has been slaughtered.
That is huge. That is absolutely huge.
Way worse than losing a Ven.
That is like 2 minutes or even more for the Chen to be able to regroup his army and before Na'Vi can actually move and plan their next objective. That is absolutely a big disaster for the Chen. So right now the overall situation does not look good for Na'Vi at all. They have to be able to grow up as soon as they can with the Chen and just smoke, look for a play. They can't just sit and just, you know, let the game flow by itself.
You don't see them being able to take this late.
No, I think it's very difficult against what Secret has. Like, if you look at all their 5 heroes are exceptionally good in late game.
They have the better
Radiant's top tower
push
is under
later on,
attack.
I would say, as well, when they can just massacre the Chen army with ease.
Dire's middle tower
Things like
is
Necro
under
will fall
attack.
off later on in the game. Weaver is not the best scaling core.
Weaver is not very good versus the content point.
Even the Razor, he can't really man up on him once the Razor gets big enough.
Unless your Weaver is a hit.
Yeah.
Then maybe you can make a case for it.
Oblivion staff already coming
Echo
out.
Saber? Vanguard Echo Saber? Huh. So he's gonna be rather tanky with that build. A lot of HP.
That's an ungodly amount of HP. He is already doing a lot of damage just with the Vanguard and Treads.
Yeah, basically you can see they're all itemizing to increase their durability. Like you can see a fight at top, less so onto the general Beastmaster, but Razor in the meantime he was running one of the supports down but not gonna proceed with the kill there.
It just, Secret's cores just don't have any fear.
Yeah, they need to survive in the team fights. That's all they have to do. And all their heroes, if you think about a long team fight, all their heroes are very, very good at long team fights.
Dire's middle
Spamming
tower
Illuminate,
is under
spamming the
attack.
Spirit, the Storm, even Bat Rider with the sticky napalm.
The score now 7-8. So on paper, it doesn't look too bleak for Na'Vi, but
Radiant's top
when you look at
tower
their
is
draft,
under
very
attack.
early to mid-game push-oriented, but single target focused aside from the Timbersaw. And not snowballing the
Radiant
objectives here.
structures
Tier 1
are
still standing
fortified.
mid for Secret as well as bottom. Secret building for the late game.
Radiant's
and
top
with the boots
tower
of
is
travel and the
under
Razor,
attack.
the ability to keep all the lanes pushed out with the Keeper of the Light. If you can't take towers now, it's only going to get harder later. And he drives by this top lane. He gets clipped by Aurora, and reinforcements arrive in the form of Dayara, but can he really move on to this Razor with Arteezy there in reserve? The Timber Chain coming through as well. Dendi is going to lend assistance, and Arteezy drops a defensive chrono. TP's out. He's going to play it safe. Perhaps a window now for Na'Vi, knowing that Chrono Spear is down. But already you can see Secret. 3 heroes bottom, 1 to mid. They are ready to dodge the fight if need be.
I think that was pretty important for Secret not to lose any important heroes there because it was a 5-man rotation by Na'Vi, and right now Secret are doing the right thing, pushing mid, pushing bottom, and making sure that all the other lanes are pushed out in case Na'Vi want to compete for the objective. Deals onto the Bat Rider.
Well, they do find Bulba, but he just calmly fireflies away. They're gonna commit more for this with the smoke now revealed. No follow-up available. They just don't seem to be able to land these clean kills.
Good recall. He might be able to catch General here.
Oh, at the very least, we'll force him
Link
back.
falls, grab him.
Bulba is visible, and now the 4 is going to start hitting him, so looks like General makes it out.
That this is basically what Secret needs to do. Move Na'Vi around and use the recall to their advantage to get pickoffs when they are splitting up to defend their other lanes.
Where do Na'Vi find their opening? And just, it's been so quiet for them. There's Envy, roared up, but very fast with the boots of travel. Won't be an easy grab. The Chen army gets in range. Shotgun committed. The stop as well. They do bring EE Sama
Radiant's top
down.
tower is
But
under
But man,
attack.
they had to commit for it.
That is a huge pickoff for them. Very good.
1,400 net worth swing.
Yeah, very good positioning by all the heroes to surround the Razor there around the river area.
Radiant's top
But
tower
Arteezy
is
gonna
gone.
get a tower here. At least something is gained after losing the Razor there.
Well, they'll finally claim this tier 1 mid. Can't believe it's still standing with a Chen, Beastmaster, and Ben. On the Na'Vi side, the air splitter comes through. Swamp out, trying to keep General alive, and the stun forward from Sineko. The Bulba wrangles him even deeper, pulling General out of position a bit further. They'll get the kill there. They're fighting without the chrono. Now they've got it available. Arteezy lane into Sineko. Even when Na'Vi find their opening, they kill the Razor. They still give up 2 heroes. They do get a second tier 1 bottom now. That going to Dayara. But Dayara will get stomped in turn. He'll be put under for a little while by Puppy. Coming from the rear is the Batman. Bulba on the hunt. but
No.
doesn't have the last.
No lasso, so probably not going to be able to kill the Weaver there. He's going to calmly TP himself in towards the mid lane to continue farming. He needs to be like very farm this game to be able to do a lot in team fights. Like even with a lot of farm, Secret still has very good heroes at dealing with the Weaver.
This little one piece of good news for Na'Vi is they do get those 2 tier 1s, a bit better access to the Roshan pit, but you look at Secret, so they've got the Spirit to scout the pit, the Illuminate spam, the Chrono, the Batrider, like, they might not be the best at killing Rosh, but they are great at contesting it.
Yeah. Roshan has to be a very important point in the game where if Na'Vi want to be able to come back into it, they have to be able to take a successful team fight with the Hawk and good initiation from their Timber or the bench starting the fights there. But overall right now Secret are still in a very good position with the overall game, and Razor they're building into a Dragon Lance as well after the SMY.
Just going for the extremely cheap, cost-effective HP and stat items.
Like I said, they just aim to make everyone as tanky as possible and to draw out the fights.
They are moving forward here. Secret, they get revealed. They get Rod trying to scurry away. Will the Chrono connect? It will. Arteezy finds it. Bulba's going to swing around and try to get that lasso follow-up for the Seyara. Continues to push Sakuchi away. Bulba doesn't look like he has the detection.
Oh my
Rod
god.
failed to lasso him, so Ra forces up the Chrono. Lives to tell the tail, and maybe Na'Vi look to turn.
They didn't land their spells correctly there. They have to use Chrono, then use the Storm from the Elder Titan to be able to buy enough time for the Split Earth to land and the Illuminate from the Koto to land. So, not the best execution there from Secret.
With the Chrono down, it does feel like every time that gets wasted, Na'Vi really need to push the advantage.
Yeah, but then again,
They won't try. They smoke immediately.
Once the big spell is down, if they try to push the tower, Secret are going to be able to defend with all their spam. So they're going to try and make a hero kill or happen before they go for the push. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for them to get an objective.
One other thing we're noticing here is just how annoying that Spirit is for the Hawk.
Oh, Roshan would be very dangerous against Elder Titan.
Na'Vi are saying, come at us, Secret. We've had some miraculous fights around the pit so far this event. Let's roll the dice again. The Swarm onto Arteezy, setting things up here, but again, Puppy will be prepared with the Echo Stomp, trying to make sure he gets that Spirit on every single hero. Then back into the pit, it will go, and meanwhile, a lasso grab to the south, they've got Suneko. There's okay, a swap counterplay, obviously, the best gets spot. I will be brought down. Radiant, though, he gets from Roshan, the last hit as well. The Age is going to take Ra, and then the real fight breaks out. General on the run, getting surrounded by Secret, pounded, brought down, and now turning back for Dendi. With Arteezy there on the chase, Bulba in pursuit. They are out of ultimates, and top of the lockdown, but a bash from Arteezy may be enough. Bulba can try to slow him with the sticky, but Dendi says that sticky, and he just keeps on going. The sticky should be okay. So they continue chasing, maybe not yet. Secret going deep for this one. Envy getting the damage stolen, and now Dendi going to turn the other direction, but oh, there they go. They managed to disable the cooldown on the Silver Chain as the Bloodstone deny, so Dendi falls in the end. Weaver did hold on to the Aegis.
But it was a very costly Roshan that his team had to...
And that was without Chrono.
his team had to like buy time for them to be able to finish the Roshan. So not sure if that was worth it for Na'Vi losing 3 heroes right there. And great grab from Bulba as well, getting the bench first, so he can't really cancel as well.
Man, that time dilation is really going to give this Timbersaw fits later on in the game. Arteezy doing a lot of work here on the safe lane void.
He does have the use for that. If he hasn't used it on any other target, so he can use it to dispel it. Maybe he's going to consider to get a Lotus, like I mentioned, if he's going to use the use offensively every time.
Still, it's a lot of reactions and and adjustments he has to make, and it still feels like Na'Vi are lacking in the damage department. And he's going to try to change that equation. Does set up here on Jackie Mal, then chain forward, but it's a bit of a short chain, and meanwhile there's a lasso available. So even recalling Envy to be safe, Bulba's going to blink out to the south, likely look for the TP soon.
Man, damn.
E2 will escape. Secret, if they don't like the fight, they just don't take it.
How many times have we seen this from Secret? Outmaneuvering their enemies and just making them run around and not be able to get
It has to be their greatest strength as a team, is being able to dictate when the fights happen, for the most part.
Yeah, they're one of the teams that uses the counter recall very well, offensively, defensively. They just make sure that they understand that there's always this recall and everyone on their team plays to their limits, where they try to drag the enemy to a corner and just make them try and kill them and they recall up.
And it's even just the little things like, you know, when you're TPing out from a gank, you TP not to the fountain but to the other lanes, you can immediately start pushing. You know, even itemization, Envy getting the boots of travel, just knowing that they want that extra mobility to deal with the Na'Vi split push. Secret definitely doing a good job at halting that Na'Vi offensive so far. And with the Veil that Elder Titan got a little while ago, it's even easier for Puppey to clear out these waves. Rock still chipping at that tier 2, but slow chipping. Meanwhile, fast action bottom as Bulba leaps in. Arteezy to follow up, gets up the dilation. The roar comes from General. It's on to Bulba. They commit to Chrono as well. It does catch Saneko, but he's in pretty deep. Not sure they want to chase that one at Dendi. Out for vengeance, but Bulba able to blink out again. They gotta at least kill up Arteezy here. Na'Vi really gotta start finding something. Will they have any lockdown, any ability to kill up Arteezy? It seems no. He too will escape. Candy taken from the baby.
He chose a very, very good spot there, the TPL, and in all his corners so far, it's been really, really good from Arteezy on the Void here this game. Getting the bench in multiple occasions, so he can't really swap out the target that they are focusing.
They just seem so comfortable right now, Secret. They're dictating the tempo, they're not afraid to go for their pickoffs, but they're also not forcing it. They're just, Na'Vi are not getting, like, they're not getting their grip on the game the way they have been when they've been winning.
Yeah, they're choosing their fights very well, and being much more mobile on the map, like you mentioned, the boots of travel and having the recall, just playing into Secret's favor against what Na'Vi want to do this game. They want to 5-man, move around, get a kill, push towards your tower. It's very difficult to do against the lineup that Secret have and the way they are playing the game.
Well, as though their cores weren't already looking tanky enough, now Puppey has a Solar Crest. So they get even more difficult to bring down during the roar, during the swamp. BKB to add to that defensive capabilities.
Yeah, he's like one of those players that buys all his team items on his supports all the time. The Crimson Guard, the Pipe, Solar Crest.
A man after your own heart.
Team player, a true team player, unlike Mr. Goldman here.
That's what I have you for. You're Mr. Pipe. Before pipes were cool.
Not anymore, you know?
Now they stack.
Not anymore. I mean, Pipe is still a great item, huh? It's even better nowadays.
Na'Vi are gonna post up a bit here in the mid lane. Do they dare walk into Secret with all their ultimates, their full combo ready?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They let the swarm fly. Clips only Arteezy and the creep wave. And say goodbye to your creep wave.
There's no way they push like this. They have to, you know, send the Beastmaster behind with the bench or someone else, get a kill, and then they only can push the tower. If they're just 5-manning in front and knocking on their door, it's never gonna happen. Elder Titan Spirit and Koto, good luck with that.
It's hard to find that pick though, because
They have to try.
the Elder Titan is always gonna sit really far back.
Yeah, but they have to try.
The Keeper of the Light also. I agree they have to try. That ride, you also have the Spirit always scouting is the other thing. And you really, it doesn't seem like they can burst the Void. Or the Razor now from BKB, so it's very tough to get that kill. And, well, for Secret, the kills seem to be a little bit easier. They're moving on to Dendi now. The last one comes through. Will he get the Bloodstone denial? Not gonna happen. Deleted. What is so hard for Na'Vi is so simple for Secret.
I mean, all their heroes just move around very quickly. Time Walk, then you have the Razor's item build. Bat Rider with the recall as well. Oh, Chrono onto the
Kills, Arteezy going to work here, gets off the Annihilation as well. Yeah, bro, see ya!
This time is perfect execution to get the kill, and meanwhile, General getting a solo pickup on the Bat Rider here on top lane.
Might find Violet die as well with the Necro Bolt, but then he brings an Envy, so Beastmaster also needs to back away.
He says, stop bullying him!
Leave him alone! Well, at least Violet is farming this game.
Will you do that more for me when I support you?
What, help you?
Yeah, help me.
If I can get a kill out of it.
That's why I'm not buying wards anymore for you, dude.
Oh, come on, mister. Don't be like that.
You only buy wards for me when you're 6
No, even then I want to save for my moon shards and buyback, bro. Then you gotta get that Necro book to swap in and out, you know,
Dire's
pocket
bottom tower
refresher.
is under attack.
Then I'll buy wards.
Yeah, hopefully it happens, you know, someday in the near future.
It'll happen in the subsequent game, but that's the game that Na'Vi might have to look forward to if they can't turn this one around soon. 15-9 to score, 32 minutes in. They are keeping form up decently,
Dire's
Winter.
bottom
Do
tower
you
is under
feel like
attack.
they can? You said earlier you didn't think they could go late game. Anything to change that equation for you?
They're not as strong as Secret in my opinion late game, but they have to go late game if you can't finish the game or can't push high ground right now. So I don't think there's other options here for Na'Vi. Their late game scaling is not exactly terrible with the Weaver, Beastmaster and the bench. It's just I feel what Secret have is superior in late game. But it doesn't mean that Na'Vi doesn't have a chance in late game.
I mean, we've seen them down mega creeps and still diving the enemy tier 4s in games that looked over, so I don't think you want to count out lightly.
And this Secret itemization on their heroes is just very, very good this game. The way they are approaching the game, get the items that Arteezy specifically chosen for this game.
It feels like an almost solved jigsaw puzzle, you know, where they...
This is like one of the games where I feel like Vanguard actually did a lot. I don't really say that often, but Vanguard actually changed the face of the game.
I
so
got
much.
nervous and started looking around because I thought Merlini was gonna punch you for saying that, but
Where's Banwu?
he's outside playing Hearthstone. He's lost his passion.
Didn't he say Vanguard is a decent item now?
No, he said reluctantly it's actually pretty good though. Okay. In the right situation. But you know it kills him to say it.
Yeah, I know.
But it's like we've seen Secret, like their biggest flaw I think has been, aside from, you know, questions about some of the drafts, is just when they've struggled, it's being too greedy. But they've had like the right mix of items that get them towards the late game, a draft that can scale, as well as you know, not too much greed.
Yeah, I think
things like the Vanguard are kind of finding that balance, but here comes the flow from Na'Vi looking for the opening here to swap on Arteezy. He mantas quickly, the bench stun not gonna be there in time, he jumps out. Plenty of time to react to that one. They don't have that swap in the Hex type of combo, and now Secret looking to turn this one around on his head. Got not enough to hit the chrono on the Archstyle, logging Sineko down too, and Arteezy surges forward. The creep army's here for now. Archstyle completely held down, the Weaver dead. Arteezy actually gonna back away and play it safe because the Timbersaw is in far. Dendi looks like it's gonna be his turn next. Flame break back in. Will not get off the Bloodstone tonight. Now down to a lonely 3 charges.
that coordination was again once again so good from Secret. They get the lasso onto the Weaver, and then immediately Arteezy comes in with the chrono to stop the backup from coming into the Weaver. Just excellent display of teamwork there from Secret once again.
I don't think they could have saved him anyway, because they already used Hand of God, they had no swap, but even so, it just helped secure an additional
it was
kill.
like there's no chance at all after that chrono. Bench was trying to come in even though he was really far away, but you could see everything on point for Secret there in that team fight.
Secret looking very disciplined here. This is a much different Secret from the one we saw in the European qualifiers for TI.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Considering
attack.
how little time they've played together, this is perhaps a scary sign of things to come.
The addition of Sam actually changed a lot
Radiant structures
of
are
the way the team
fortified.
plays. Even though sometimes I think that Universe is better off laner there. Wait, here we go. Highlight Die doesn't get caught.
Oh,
Radiant's
Highlight
bottom tower
Die. He's
is
had a
fallen.
relatively low death game. And that will continue for now, although General says, I just want to kill something. Come back here, Gandalf. I'm not done with you yet, but apparently he is. And he will
Radiant's
now
top
be
tower is under
joining his
attack.
buddy mid. Get away, but you were saying about Universe versus Bulba.
Yeah, I think even though Universe is probably the better off laner, but Bova is probably much more willing to adapt with the team. He's more willing to play around the team, so
He's the better fit for the team.
yeah, he fits better in this team right now, as we can see, and allowing the team to have much more dynamic playstyles. And Dandy gonna get the use onto Jesse now again. Gonna get the static link on him, but not gonna be having the true sight to actually run him and chase him down.
Well, Secret. They don't really care about that kill. What they will truly want is this Roshan, and then I think we will see them start aggressively pushing towards Na'Vi, who don't really have the best wave clear in their own right. They've got the Timbersaw and the Axes, and that is about it. So I Secret want to start applying some pressure with that fresh Assault Caress on the Razor. They certainly could try.
Oh, they're gonna be too late for that. Right now, Secret are gonna be able to secure the Roshan to further solidify their
Roshan has fallen to the
team.
tower.
He has a lot of gold though. Wonder if he's going for Butterfly next on the Void with his build. Diffusal, Manta after the Vanguard, Echo Saber.
Dire's top tower is
Very,
under attack.
very easy to build and cost-effective items.
Yeah, something you don't see too often.
Structures
So
are
very
fortified.
tanky build on the Void.
It's not like the best, you know, pure 6-slotted Void build, but it gets you through this stage of the game, and it doesn't look like Navi's prospects are getting any stronger as the game goes later. They're going to need to pull out some crazy plays to turn this one around.
Probably some split push and catching with the Beastmaster.
It's hard to split push though. I mean, we talked about boots to travel on Razor,
but they have to try
Keeper of the
something.
Light.
They have to try something with the Beastmaster,
Right.
Hawk, Scout, maybe the Bat or the Keeper of the Light when they don't
Radiant's
see them,
middle tower
and
is
pick
under
for
attack.
a fight or pick for a hero off with the Boots of Travel and Timber onto the Hawk. They have to try and kill something. If the game just goes on like this, it's very difficult for them.
Secret looking to ensure that it does continue to go on just like this. Puppy holding the mid lane, 4 heroes spreading their web over the Navi jungle, and see Navi are the ones forced out, forced to play defensive to react.
Sad 3 Bloodstone charges on the Timber. Very sad.
This is not the Timber Saw game Dendy was hoping for, but
Radiant's
a lot
middle
of that goes
tower
back to
is
the
under
lane. You know,
attack.
it's Timber versus Razor. What are you gonna do?
And now Kotal with the axe, so he's gonna have to ultimate up all the time. It's gonna be also very annoying for Navi.
Easy will bring this tower down now.
Radiant's middle tower
That tier
has
2 mid
fallen.
drops. His butterfly, I believe I saw a quarterstaff earlier.
Yeah.
Likely coming soon.
That's gonna allow him to have
He is just gonna be
so much
unkillable
damage.
at that point.
It's not only that, it's like the damage. He's gonna get so much damage for the...
With the illusions as well.
Yeah, with the illusions. And obviously the attack speed great for...
I mean, Weaver just got a BKB. Weaver is not even gonna scratch this void. They're going perhaps double butterfly too. A general will get caught out here. Secret. They caught one. It's a Beastmaster, and down he goes.
Yeah, the Solar Crest earlier on the other Titan, plus the butterfly on the void. You're definitely not gonna kill him. Just without NKB here.
That Beastmaster working towards a refresher orb now. We'll have to see if that can turn the tides of the upcoming engagements, but I'm not even sure if they can kill the Void or the Razor, even with a double roar.
Do the support first.
That would be ideal.
The Keeper and Elder
Elder
Titan.
Titan, yeah. Those two seem like the big two.
Because in the team fights, the Timber and the Weaver, if they're not locked down by the Chrono or the Lasso, they can actually move around.
Hey, come back here. Where do you think you're going, Dendy?
They can move around and try to, you know, kite them. And in the meantime, Navi with the Beastmaster can try, like, he's the one that can solo kill the support. So they have to just hope for the best and try to outmaneuver Secret.
Arteezy does complete the butterfly now.
This is like one scary void right there.
Just this man, another item. Now at 180 agility, forces out a Timbersaw deny with basically just right clicks.
At this point, the Weaver needs another item. Not
He
the
needs an
void.
MKB stat, but I don't know if he's gonna have a chance to farm it. Winter, he just bought a BKB.
Like, he's definitely feeling the effects of the Elder Titan Storm plus the mana.
And if he ever gets caught by a Chrono and there's not a bench swap, he's just done for. Arteezy is gonna probably manage to dodge a bench stun. This is still moving forward. He may look for the Chrono here momentarily. No, he's gonna zippity-doo-dah right out of there. Instead, going in deep is General, and they're gonna immediately focus that Beastmaster down. Axes get lobbed out. He will fall as well. Dendy going deep for this one, but Arteezy is on the case. Moving for Dendy and gets the stomp off, follows it up with some auto tech, finishes the job, gets the kill. 2 cores down. Arteezy at full HP, just healing. Time walk after time walk. The damage is just shaken off with ease as he moves forward deeper. It's starting to get a bit low. Will time walk that off as well. Stomp coming through. Just barely failing to clip the Yara, but the napalm prevents him from turning easily. Secret, a 3-for-1 there, and now looking for more.
Man, Secret is just showing so much finesse in this game, like team play on top of things and all the
Radiant
spell
structures
usage,
are fortified.
positioning.
I mean, it's
Radiant's
a
middle
great
tower is
overall
under
strategy
attack.
and team play, but it's also the little individual mechanical things, like what we saw from Arteezy there, Bulba with the flame break back into the Earth Splitter earlier. They're doing the little things right here too.
Yeah. I think I'm most impressed with the way they architect this game and the way they approach the balance. I think by far the
Radiant's middle
biggest deal
tower
that made
is falling.
Navi struggle so much in this game.
Radiant's middle
Oh, the
barracks are
Yara
under
trying to
attack.
hit Envy and quickly finds that Envy hits back a lot harder. Arteezy will bring that melee rack down. He does get swapped into Aurora. Do they have the refresher, or it doesn't look like it? Can they focus it down? Is he gonna time log it all up? Oh no, he's out of there, and now General gets pulled back in. Na'Vi just don't have the firepower required. The purge comes through. The era committing for Arteezy. He just can't scratch him. The man's too tanky. They can't kill Arteezy without a huge overcommitment or the refresher, and I don't know that they're going to get a chance to farm it now with the Illuminate coming through. Secret could maybe chase for more kills. They have the Chrono again, but they don't feel the need to force it.
So
Radiant's top
disheartening
tower is
failing to
under
kill the
attack.
Void there. He's just way too tanky. If only someone had an extra item or something.
They don't have that like mega carry who can just dish out heavy single target bursting like a TA or something, or I don't know, a Phantom Assassin. Not that we see that hero anymore. Like an OD type hero. They
Radiant's
can't
top
burst
tower
it.
is under
They don't
attack.
have the firepower.
Radiant's top tower
Lead
is
it.
falling.
Maybe if Vivo and Timber were a bit more farmed, then it's possible.
They can't even get into the fight with their, like, if one of them gets caught, they either run or they die. We saw Denny just get killed by auto attacks, basically.
They have to try and initiate with the Beast, and then kill Secret first before Secret initiates with either the Lasso or the Chrono.
They may try, but Arteezy just being healed up now. Gandalf unveils it. He wipes that, they get the swap off into Aurora. Arteezy isn't deep, they do finally manage to bring it down. That's the perfect combination there.
That's very well executed. They initiated first.
Now Na'Vi are going to look to push the advantage here. Being pursued out, but Envy is still there with the CKB. Doing quite a bit of damage, but they focus Envy down. If not, he is going to turn this fight. He has stolen a lot of damage with the static link, plus 226 there, it looks like. And now turning back and laying into hard style, bringing them all down on the courtesy of the Chrono with the buyback from Arteezy. They re-engage to Iran, chasing. They lost 3, the buyback, and another death, a dieback for him. 4 heroes down for Na'Vi. And in moments, likely a GG to come out. They're just out of horses at this point. They'll blink away with General, but they lack their carry. Arteezy gets the match, insult to injury, the stomp, and then a couple more attempts will bring General down, and then he frantically moves in, but he gets purged. He gets focused down by the Void. Bash after bash, crushing Na'Vi's spirits and crushing their chances of taking this game on. Secret had all the answers. They now lead the best of 5, 1-0.
Man, what a game by Secret Golden. Absolute top
Play.
class.
That was a play.
Overall team play, excellent. Overall strategy, excellent. Itemization, great. Decision making, great.
Individual plays, they had it all.